June is iced tea month. I'm downtown Bemidji right now at the Tea and Gift Shop with Holly House, who's been having me sip all different kinds of refreshing iced tea. And she's going to share some different methods with us today about how to make the perfect glass of iced tea. So Holly, why don't you start by telling us the simplest way that we can make some iced tea?
The very simplest way is to take a tea bag, put it in about 8 ounces of hot water, and have it, make sure your water's boiling. Brew it the normal way, put it in the fridge to chill, and you can pour it over ice, and that's the simplest way.
Okay, that way sounds good.
You can also do that same type of method, take only about 8 ounces of water and pour it over, it's like an instant tea method, pour it over a complete glass of ice, and that'll cool it down right now. And that's a wonderful way too, if you want it right now. There's another way that you can actually do is kind of like also make a tea concentrate where you use 1.5 cups of tea and then you put 8 cups of water in there, let it steep the normal time and put that in the fridge, and then you do it at a 2-to-1 concentrate. But my favorite way that I like, it's called the cold brew method. I have 2 cups right here. This is the hot brew and this is the cold brew, and the cold brew will come out a little bit lighter in color, but it has a much smoother taste. How I did that is I'll take my tea, take about, for that size it was 8 teaspoons approximately. This is a green mango that I did, and I put the 8 teaspoons in. This is a disposable tea sack.
It smells so good.
And it tastes really good too. You put it in there, you tie it up, and you want to make sure that you leave room. This is the same tea that came out of this gallon container. And so you want to make sure that you leave room for it to expand. That's a big thing to do. And what you do, and I'll show you a real simple way to do it. This is just a black tea. And this is a disposable tea sack where you can put it in your compost pile for those of us that do that. This is for a 2 quart. I put in about 4 teaspoons full. And it's a literal teaspoon, not a eating type teaspoonful.
Okay.
You bend it over, and then you do the accordion style on it and tie it up. And then that would be enough to put in for 2 quarts of water.
All right.
And so it's a real simple thing to do, and you want to leave it in the water for at least 8 hours.
Oh.
And you know what?
In the refrigerator.
In the refrigerator,
Okay.
yes, sorry, thank you. Just put cold water in there. You don't need any hot water at all, but it's all cold water, and it has just, the hot water seems to have a little bit of a bite or a bitterness to it, and this is just so smooth. It's just really nice.
Yeah, I can testify to that too. Holly gave me a sip of both kinds, and the hot brewed method just leaves a little bit of a bitter aftertaste, and the cold brewed method is just so smooth. It's very nice.
And it would be the same thing with a sun tea type where you almost have a little bit of a bitterness. It's the same type of concept where it's maybe not that intense heat that you have, but if you get a chance, try the cold brew method, and it really makes a nice cup of tea.
Oh, it does. In fact, let's take a little sip right now.
Go for it.
Oh, it's so refreshing, and on a nice hot summer day, it is the best. That is so good. Holly, thank you so much for sharing information about how to make the best iced tea. I'm Sue Doden, and now we're cooking.